Good afternoon. This is Team Hexas and this is Brishti Sen presenting our SIH project for the problem statement ID SIH1620 with the title Queuing Models in OPDs, Availability of Beds and Admission of Patients. So this is working on a theme of medtech, biotech or health tech. And of course, this is a software solution. So before we dive into the details of the solution, I would like to mention a statement that sort of summarizes this entire solution from waiting rooms to wellness, a technological solution. So, diving sort of into the details of it, first is the face valued explanation of the solution, which contains what are the components of it that we are going to present. First is the patient's portal, which would contain the online registration facilities, the appointment scheduling services, etc. Then we have the doctor's dashboard, from where the doctor can manage the patient's appointments and their own electronic prescribing systems, etc. Then we have the bed management services and the inventory management services, which are going to be explained furthermore in the upcoming portions of our presentation. Finally, we have the staff management systems, including the analytics as well as the integration facilities. And after we have explained the various parts of the solution, we must go to how these solutions address the problem itself. And in that part, we have the streamlining of patient management, which is basically a centralized platform system that sort of integrates the communication and the appointment scheduling services and all of these things for a hospital, and then furthermore for a city in which we have multiple doctors and multiple hospitals and multiple varieties of appointment and bed booking services. And then we have efficient bed allocation facilities. And moving on, we would also include data driven decision making services. And finally, the one thing that we must include is the seamless integration process, from which I will pick up to the next part, the seamless integration thing. I think something which is very commonly seen is the fact that many hospitals or many hospital groups have this sort of service already. They kind of already have their own apps and platforms. The one thing that makes this platform different from all those platforms is this thing, the seamless integration facility, in which it would sort of integrate all the healthcare services inside a certain geographical location. And there we would also have the real time bed management facility from which the patient can check the availability of beds in a certain healthcare facility. And if it is not available there, according to their preferences, they would receive recommendations of other places. And then we have the automated inventory control. Since we are already mentioning inventory control, I should also say that this is sort of automated and this would be requiring less manual inputs to be driven. And finally, we are going to go into the last 3 points of the uniqueness side of this project, which is firstly, the advanced analytic techniques used. Secondly, the centralized patient management system. And finally, the holistic staff management system that would also integrate the attendance, the scheduling, the payroll functions for efficient staff management. So this platform would not only integrate the side of the patients, but the side of the doctors and the side of the hospital managers as well. Thank you.
Hello, this is Shagnik Chakraborty from Team Hexers. I'm here to explain the flowchart. First of all, we have few access portals. The first one is the patient portal. The patient portal will include options such as booking bed, creating appointments for the doctor from the nearby hospitals or from the hospitals he is searching for. Other than that, the patient will also get EI recommendations for doctors and bed bookings for all the nearby hospitals he is searching for. Secondly, after that, going to the second part, which is the hospital management system. In this management system is specifically designed for the front desk people working in the front desk part of the hospital. This management part is for individual hospitals. From here, the person can add patients, manage patients, and also see the records of each patient in that hospital. Other than that, he can also book beds for every patient in that hospital. After that, there is also the OPD management system from where the hospital book a doctor from the front desk management part. They can also appoint a doctor for a particular patient and also see the patients in queue for each and every doctor. Moving to the super admin, who is in charge of all the hospitals under this management system. He can manage every hospitals in that city who are registered with this management system and each and every reports on anything related to any hospital. After that, moving on to the next part for the attendance management system, which is specifically designed for each and every staff and doctors. From here, like each and every staff will have their personal profiles from where they can check in and check out. While check in and check out, their real-time geolocation and the time will be sent to the database and will be validated whether the staff or the doctor is present within a particular radius around the hospital. If not, the validation will be failed. And if the validation is successful, the check-in button will be replaced by the checkout button. And similarly for the checkout, the real-time geolocation of the doctor or the staff will be sent to the database after a validation. After that, moving to the inventory management part, which is specifically designed for hospitals to keep track of every item in inventory, including their details and other details, including manufacturing date, expiry date, and everything. Other than that, they can also create bill for every burn off of their items. Also, they can get a detailed analytics of burnout reports. And finally, coming to the last admin, who is the hospital admin. This guy is going to manage all the things related to a particular hospital. For example, creating or managing the doctor profiles, managing the patients, managing any reports against any hospital staff or anything else, and also see the overall hospital analytics. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Ronak Manna and I am the team leader of our group named Hexers. So I am here to discuss about the tech stack we are using for implementation of this app. So for the front end, we are primarily using Next.js, which is based upon React.js and which is used for dynamic routing and stable updating of the UI elements. We are also using TypeScript, and for the CSS, we are using Tailwind CSS. And we are also using a UI library named SatCN, and icon pack we are using is Lucide icons. For hosting of the front end, we are using Virtual Platform and GitHub. And for the backend, we are using Django, which is hosted on Render. And the connection is being done by REST API, Django REST API to be more precise. And the database is hosted on PostgreSQL, which is also hosted on Vercel. And for additional AI things, we are using Gemini. And for storage, we are using Firebase and ImageBB. And for the whole containerization, we are using Docker, which is also used for scalability in the future. So that's it. Thank you from my side.